Devin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're going to leave it like that. No.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy. He's just outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day. So he couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Well, nobody want me to date this sister? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is. It's the appearance. All right, who don't I want to date my sister? Weatherly.
Why Weatherly?
Because he's ugly.
I knew that was coming. That was the problem. He's hot. He's hot. Get the camera.
Feel about the Stephon Diggs situation?
Man, Stephon Diggs, man. This nigga catching more touchdowns off the field than he catching on. This shit is crazy. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nah, hold on. All right, so what
You been dying to talk about this. Yo, I've been saying this. This is when I realized rappers ain't like that, because ain't no way Stephon Diggs smashing like 8 niggas.
But who he smashed?
Birthday girl.
What's my name? What's my name? Let's make it happen. On the boat, on the boat. Big day. Big day. We'll take all of it.
Yo, I told you guys a long time ago, you gotta treat a bird like a bird. The worst thing a man could do is wife up a bird. Now, shouts to this guy, man, Stephon Diggs, because he's treating these birds like who they are. That's why they love him, because he's a player. Birds love players. But from time to time, a bird is going to find a sucker to come up off of. Okay, whether she want to use him for money, to have kids with him, or to help her career. She's going to find a sucker to use, and then she's going to power up and return back to the streets to deal with the players. And that's exactly what Cardi B did. After she got done using Offset, right after he helped her with her career, and she also had 3 kids by him, then she returned back to the streets to deal with the dude that she really want to deal with, which is a player. Fellas, you're gonna learn one day, bro. But nevertheless, I did a breakdown on this situation a while back. Check it out.
I mean, I only know it as WAP.
What does that stand for?
That's Cardi B.
Fellas, don't matter how hard you try, don't matter how much clout you got, don't matter how much money you got, don't matter who you are, don't matter how great you think you are, you can't save a bird. A bird always makes her way back to the streets, bro, regardless. And here's the thing, fellas. Back in the day, if you give a woman 3 kids, you might have been able to sit her down a little bit. But these women today, they gonna get back in the streets regardless, even if you give them 5 kids. Now, if he give her 3 kids, 3, that couldn't keep her off the streets, bro. It's not enough. But it is what it is, because look, the sad part about it is this, man. After he realized she was gone, that's when he tried to get in the gym and try to get his weight up and things like that.
And I hate to show y'all this, but all of a sudden, for some reason, Offset in the gym. And it looked like Stephon Diggs got Offset in the gym, lifting 40-pound weights, struggling. That's when you know the nigga with the $96 million contract took your bitch. Got him shaking his head. He's struggling, bro.
Look, Offset could turn into the Hulk overnight. It's not going to change anything because she's done using him for what she wanted. I keep telling y'all, a Birdman objective is to find a sucker.
I fucked him after, and I was like, ooh, I like it.
Okay.
I really like it.
I like him.
I really like it. For sure. And it's like, but now I gotta make you mine. But now I gotta make you mine.
Oh.
Real.
Who said I love you first?
He did.
Right.
You ain't getting no love from me first. Shit.
Drain his energy, power up.
Cardi, you look amazing. Beautiful. I love the color. Yes.
Cardi, you still gonna go into politics?
Yes.
Still thinking about
And return back to the streets. And once she returned back to the streets, pay attention to the next dude who she choose to date after you. After she done powering up from your energy. That's when she's going to find a dude who she really want to smash.
Devin, what guy on the team would you least like to date your sister?
what the hell? Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
At least I had to date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Wait, nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
But it's why I tell y'all dudes all the time. It's easy to get the pussy, just don't fall in love. Because nothing is wrong with having fun with a Cardi B and moving around. Cardi B is a fun girl. Everything about her is a fun girl. But once a woman finds a sucker that could benefit her, she's gonna stick around. And that's what happened to Offset. He thought that he could have really saved this chick.
I was ashamed that I was dancing naked. I was
fully nude or with bottoms on?
With bottoms on.
Bottoms on.
I just still felt so ashamed for the first couple of months. I used to cry after work, because all I used to think is I can only imagine how embarrassed my parents will be. The imagery of my mom and my dad came to my head when I used to give lap dances. I'm so ashamed of myself, but then it's just I made $500 today.
To go from that to where she is now, it's just inspiring to female. Females say it all the time, yo, I seen what Cardi did, and I want to do it.
It's game changing, and I feel like, bro, I don't like how people be trying to play on her name,
That shit is crazy.
I had no troubles. You know what I'm saying? I had no troubles. People want to make it a trouble, but I don't care. I love my body. Exactly. Babe, you like my body?
I love that body.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. What they talking about?
Offset buys Cardi B 10,000 Valentine's balloons.
Son, can't open your eyes. Can't you see? Huh?
Offset is down bad for Cardi because he hasn't been himself since Cardi moved on with Stephon Diggs and has been living her best life. The wild part about this is that Cardi warned him that this is exactly what would happen if he didn't stop humiliating her with his careless affairs. but he didn't listen, and now he has to face the consequences of his actions. But it looks like Offset is not handling this well because he has been accused of stalking Cardi, traveling from place to place to find her, and it's starting to look really scary for her and her new man. So does this mean that Cardi is finally going to file a restraining order against Offset? And why is he so obsessed with making things hard for her?
For every man, there's a woman. And for every dummy, there's a dummy.
Fellas, let this be a lesson to some of you guys out there who let your money inflate your ego. The worst thing a man could have is an ego. The worst thing a man could try to do is save a bird. She was a dancer. She's a lady of the night. There's nothing you could do to save a woman like that. But a lot of times when a man becomes very successful, he let his success blind his reality. Shorty was who she was from the jump. But the thing about him, he felt like, based on the fact that he's Offset, he's part of the Migos. And at the time, the Migos was one of the biggest rap group in the game. He was on top of his game when he met her. Think about that, bro. He was that dude when he met her. Look at him now. Look at her now. Look at their careers. So do you guys understand what I mean by your bird is going to drain your energy and power up? He's chasing her now while she's chasing other dudes. And look, I know some of y'all going to say, well, Q, he was cheating on her. Absolutely. He was bugging out, but that's the problem when you get with a bird. You're going to get with a bird and then your ego will make you feel like, if I cheat on her, she ain't going nowhere because she can't do better than me. And that's where you're wrong. If you cloud up and you get with a woman, she's going to get some of your clout, bro. She's going to cloud up too. And a lot of times, bro, she's going to get clout up more than you, especially if she's a stripper or a dancer. Especially if she sexualizes herself as a woman. You can't save a woman like that, bro. And that's why I always say, pay attention to who a woman deals with after she leaves you. She went straight for the player, bro. She went for the player. But the only time a woman is going to choose a sucker is when she's ready to settle down. When there's some type of benefit there, when you could help her career. But when she want to have fun, she's going to always go for the player. But the problem starts if the player get the pussy, start becoming emotional, start catching feelings, and all of a sudden that player now becomes a sucker. And that's going to turn her off. Don't let these birds turn you all into suckers, fellas. Have your fun and move around. If he had his fun and moved around, he would have never been in this situation. Fellas, be wise out here, and please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel too. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Show some love, don't be stingy, and show some support. Alright, I'm out.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.